Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Christ, have mercy. Christ, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy.
The Epistle to the Romans, chapter 10, verse 15, St. Paul says, "How beautiful are the feet of those who spread the good news." Times have changed since St. Paul wrote this letter to the Romans. The medium of spreading the good news has advanced tremendously. I gratefully appreciate Father James and MCOM Bangalore for using the latest technologies, especially for this initiative of organizing online Lenten reflections. Our church remembers two beautiful people today. We celebrate the feast of Blessed Martyr Sister Rani Maria, a missionary who was killed spreading the good news. We also remember Father Givaris Chediath, who left for his eternal home a couple of days back. A scholar, a spiritual guide, a Malpan of our church who has touched countless generations, especially touched the lives of innumerable priests. Both these people were characterized by a sweet smile on their faces, which I'm sure is a reflection of the joy that they had in spreading the good news. Let us thank the Almighty for the blessings that we have received through these beautiful people, and especially be inspired by their lives of joy in imitating Jesus Christ. The first Sunday of Lent this year was on February 14th, which incidentally also was celebrated the world over as Valentine's Day. This is significant because very often we paint a very grim picture of the Lenten season, with fasting, with penances, with way of the cross, as if we are missing out on all the joys of our lives. In Matthew 6:16, Jesus speaks of such people who while fasting have very somber and gloomy faces. But actually, Lenten season is a season of love. It is a celebration of how much God has loved us. Every miracle that we see in the Bible, every word, every deed of Jesus, the journey to the cross, the pain that He endured on the cross, the Easter experience, they are all manifestations of how much God loves us. The emotion of love has two aspects: the aspect of experience of love and the aspect of expression of love. As human beings, we need both these aspects to live a balanced life. But the Lenten season, I feel, is a specific invitation to the aspect of experience of love. We see this beautiful interplay of these aspects in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, verses 38 to 42. Jesus, on his journey to Bethany, visits the house of Martha and Mary. On seeing Jesus, Mary goes and sits at his feet, while Martha gets herself busy in preparing and serving Jesus. Both Mary and Martha loves Jesus, but in verse 42, Jesus tells that Mary has chosen the better part. Very often during the Lenten season, we are like Martha. We are busy with a lot of things. with our way of the crosses, with our penitential practices, with our fasting. We are restless about a lot of do's and don'ts that is mandated to us. It is important. But Jesus reminds us that there is a better part. The part which Mary chose of sitting at his feet and experiencing his love. A group of disciples go to their master and ask permission to go on a pilgrimage. The master asks them, "Why do you want to go on a pilgrimage?" And they reply, "Master, we want to increase our devotion." The master agrees to their request and permits them to go on this pilgrimage, but he has one condition. When you go, carry along with you a bitter gourd. And whenever you make offerings and whenever you pray at the temples you visit, offer this bitter gourd too. And after your prayers, carry it along with you and bring it back to the ashram. The disciples agreed to their master's instructions, and after the pilgrimage, they come back to the ashram with the bitter gourd. The master tells them to cook the bitter gourd. And when the bitter gourd is served to them, the master says, "It's surprising." The disciples ask the master, "What is surprising?" The master says that it is surprising that the taste of the bitter gourd has not changed. Our Lenten experience is often like the experience of the disciples and the bitter gourd. We have our prayers, we have our practices, but our nature hardly changes. For real change to happen, for a transformation, for a genuine renewal to happen, which of course is the aim of every Lenten season, we must be able to experience the love of Jesus. It is not enough to know that God loves us. In 1 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 1, it says, "Knowledge puffs, love builds." If we want to grow in our experience, then we will have to choose, like Mary did, to sit at the feet of Jesus. We see this in the life of Mother Teresa, who sat hours and hours before the Blessed Sacrament before she started her day in the streets of Kolkata. She often used to compare this experience as that of the waves of the ocean that hit the shores. After hitting the shores, the waves go back to the depths of the ocean to get their strength, and then they come back to the shore again. Lenten season is an invitation to that depth, the depth of experiencing the love of Jesus. No wonder Marivanius mystically says, "Union with God is more sublime than serving God." A month back, I read a beautiful story of a parish priest by the name of Father Jose Rodrigo Lopez, who was serving in a small village parish in Spain. There was a young boy by the name of Gabriel in that parish who had certain physical challenges. One Sunday after Mass, Gabriel, along with his parents, visits Father Jose and requests him to allow Gabriel to be an altar server. Father Jose was aware of the challenges that Gabriel had, was a bit hesitant as he was himself new to the parish. But young Gabriel was persistent and he hugged the feet of Father Jose, who, seeing this, had no other choice but to allow Gabriel to be an altar server from the coming Sunday. Gabriel did not have any specific training for being an altar server. Father Jose told him that you do not have to worry, just imitate whatever I am doing. So Sunday came and Gabriel was overjoyed at getting this opportunity of being an altar server. As Father Jose instructed him, He was all ready to imitate and do all the things as Father Jose was doing. So when Father Jose entered the church, he kissed the altar. And as per the instructions of Father Jose, Gabriel obediently kisses the altar. Immediately Father Jose tells him that he does not need to do that. All throughout the Mass, everybody's attention was on this cute young Gabriel, who was imitating all the actions of Father Jose. After the Mass was over, Father Jose called Gabriel and told him that he did not kiss the altar because that is specifically reserved for the priest. But Gabriel was not convinced because he too wanted to kiss the altar. But Father Jose, in a very polite and gentle way, told him that the priest is kissing the altar for everybody, including Gabriel. So the next Sunday came, and again Father Jose, before the Mass started, kisses the altar. But this time, Gabriel does not kiss the altar. He places his cheek at the altar. Father Jose was really surprised, and after the Holy Mass, he asked Gabriel, "Why did you keep your cheek on the altar? I had specifically mentioned to you not to kiss the altar." Young Gabriel, as cute as he was, said, "I did not kiss the altar. It was Jesus who kissed me." The beautiful experience of Gabriel is something that we should really imitate during this Lenten season. We should not limit ourselves to expressions of love. But the Lenten season is an invitation to experience how much God loves us. It's an invitation to be kissed by Jesus. It is not that after 50 days our struggles will disappear, our sicknesses will be healed, mountains of difficulties will disappear. After 50 days of experiencing His love, we may still have all these things. But after the Lent is over, if we truly experience the love of Jesus, one thing we know, that even though I am a sinner, I have an Appa who loves me. Even though I am sick, I have a Father who will carry me and comfort me. Even though I have difficulties, even though my dreams are not fulfilled, I have a Father who loves me crazily. There's a beautiful song which I'm sure all of us have sung at some point of our lives. God's love is so wonderful, so high that you can't get over it, so deep that you can't get under it, so wide that you can't get around it. Oh, wonderful love. Lenten season is an invitation to be loved, to experience this wonderful love. May all of us have a beautiful experience of the love of Jesus. Thank you and God bless.